Hey guys, so I wanted to take you through a quick journey of MyFitnessPal. Some of you had questions about how to track your nutrients and your calories. So MyFitnessPal is a really quick, great app that you can use. It's super user-friendly. I'm going to show you the desktop version. Okay, so in here you can see the main screen. If you go to my home of MyFitnessPal, I'm right on here. My name is Coach Johnny D. If anyone would like to add me, feel free, and I can look through things. I keep track of a lot of my clients in here. So to show you a couple things, try not to pay attention to other people's calories. That's kind of why I turn my stuff on private so people don't confuse. But what you're going to do once you get in here, you're going to just get into your setups and then go from there. So if we come over here to settings, okay, click on settings real quick. You have a bunch of different options over here. The easiest thing to do is just come in here to diary settings, click on that, and then you want to make sure that you have your nutrients tracked. So carbohydrates, fats, proteins, those are your macronutrients like we talked about. I like to have sugar in there as well because we know we want to try to intake as little sugar as possible on our lower glycemic index. And then you can put like all these different things. Say you have a specific health issue where you need to watch your fats or your sodium intake, something like that. You can change that stuff around. Okay. Macronutrients in the diet. So I like having grams and percentages. So if you click this, it's going to switch between grams and percentages, basically saying I can go back and forth because I have a premium membership. Premium membership, I think it's like 30 or 40 bucks a year. You don't need that, especially if you're not into calorie tracking or macronutrient tracking yet. But this is a great little tool that you can use in the macronutrients. The default ad view, I would just keep as frequent meals. That means it's going to come up with the things that you use most frequently. All your foods will be tracked, but it's going to come up with your frequent ones first, which is pretty much how you'd like it. You can also set your meal names. I have mine listed out to 6 different meals. You can put this as, breakfast. Meal 2 would be like AM shake, or vice versa. Meal 3 lunch. Excuse me, lunch, etc. And you can list those as conveniently as you'd like. Calorie adjustments, enable negative adjustments. I would suggest keeping this off. That means if you have MyFitnessPal attached to your phone or your Fitbit or something like that, it will tell you that you're allowed more calories. That's just going to confuse you, and I don't recommend having that. So just keep that off. Make sure you have that off. And then diary sharing. If you would like somebody like me or be able to share it with your friends, click this onto public or friends only, and then you'll be able to share that with other people. Like I said, I just keep mine private because I do a lot of sample days and things like that for clients, and I don't want anybody to look at my numbers and get confused. Okay, so I can just come in here, save changes, and it's going to shoot me back to my account settings. You can go in here and do a lot of different things. Like if you're in Australia or the UK, you can change your units. But pretty much super simple stuff. Okay, so let's go back to the home. You're going to be able to come here and you'll see your daily goals. So I haven't entered anything in yet today, so it's going to see my total goals. As I add food or exercise, it's going to show me my changes. Okay, and I started this on January 1st with my goals, and I've actually lost 4 pounds since starting our 30 days to healthy living and beyond. So let me show you how we're going to enter in food. So I'm going to come up here. You can either go to add food here, or you can go food up in here. So either way, click on whatever button, and it's going to come to your diary. All right, so you can see we just changed those meal names. So it's going to say meal number 1, breakfast, meal number 2, AM shake, meal number 3, lunch, etc. Then you're going to have your caloric intake over here, and it's going to break down each of these meals: carbohydrates, fats, proteins, and sugars. Like I said, those are mainly the things that I look out for throughout my day. And then you can also track water, and you can put notes in. I would say like doing notes like today, first day of cleanse, first day of 7-day cleanse. So when you go back and look at your notes, I've done the cleanse several times, so I actually feel great when I do it. But maybe, you know, you can say headache after lunch, you know, as an example. Things like that, save the note, and then it's going to go into today's notes. Cup of water, already done 2 already, so I'm going to save that, and it's going to have my water total. Okay, now up here, we can go into add food or quick tools, quick add calories, copy from yesterday, a bunch of different things that you can learn as you go. Adding a food, super simple. Like I said, you can see I use MyFitnessPal quite a lot. You can see all my different things in here. So this morning, I had my Arbonne Detox Tea, so I can scroll down. It has all my frequent things, okay, foods, the good, bad, and the ugly, all in here. So as I come down, you know, Sprite, Tito's from the holidays, Coronas, okay? Guys, the one thing that I said, keep yourself honest. The more aware you are of what you're putting into your body, the more successful you're going to be. So even when, you know, don't be blind to, you know, your bad stuff. Track the things that you do that are bad. It's going to let you know where you're screwing up, okay? So when I come down here, where'd I go? I just had it. Oh, here we go. Arbonne Herbal Detox Tea. So I had my tea. I'm going to click on that. I also had Fizz Stick, so I'm going to click on that. And then I can come up, and I can put add checked. And that's going to go to my breakfast, okay? So that was my, not that was my breakfast, but that's my drink that I'm having right now. For my breakfast, I'm going to go to add food. Okay, now, again, I could come in here and I could go through things individually and click on them. Or you can put meals together and come over to my meals, okay? So I didn't have a breakfast sandwich, but you can see these are lots of my normal standard things that I save in here. So a basic 3-egg breakfast, I'm going to just click on that and then hit add checked. Okay. So give you an example. So this is a great thing you can do. This has the majority of what I had in. Okay. 3 large eggs, chopped veggies, but because we're doing our 30-day, this is my normal breakfast. I did not have the 12-grain bread. So all I have to do is come over here, hit the delete button. It's going to modify and take that out. Another thing that you can do, I mean, this is what I typically do, but say I had more vegetables. So 1 serving is going to be ½ a cup. Just by clicking on that, it's going to pop up my options, and I can change that. So I could say I had, you know, 2 full servings of ½ a cup. That's going to bring it up to 1 cup total, and it's going to adjust the calories and things like that automatically. Okay, so you can see how that goes. Now I'll have 273 total calories within my tea, my eggs, and my veggies. My carbohydrates are very low. Like we said, we want to have those. I'm going to have my shake next, so we'll see those calories. And my fats are listed through my eggs, and my protein is listed through my eggs. Okay, so, and obviously very, very low sugars. We know our Fizz Sticks have less than 2 grams of sugar. So that's an awesome first meal, all right? Now, if I wanted to input my AM shake, I can go to add food, come down into recent. Now let's search this. If I wanted to, oh, that's a database. I don't need to do that. If I come down here, I can look through all these. I'm a vanilla shake guy. I love the vanilla. I love the chai. I do like the chocolate, but the chocolate I kind of save for my evening because that to me tastes more like a dessert than the vanilla. Vanilla I can mix a lot of things with. So I'm going to add my vanilla protein. I typically do mine with water. But if you have almond milk, you can come down, you can go through all your recent things, click on almond milk, and go from there. Where is my fiber boost? All right, let me show you how to do this. So I'm going to add checked, and instead of searching through all my lists, that's going to go into my AM shake, okay? That's going to have my calories, carbohydrates, which we know are low glycemic, all natural carbohydrates, healthy fats, and a good serving of 20 grams of protein. And you can see that's in just my 9-ounce shake. So we have more protein in our protein than we do in, this entire meal up here. So that's why it's important that we're ingesting good quality protein with our Arbonne protein. Add food. I'm going to look for the Arbonne Fiber Boost. I'm just going to type that in. Arbonne Fiber Boost. Search. It's going to have the Arbonne Fiber Boost. I can click on this. We can check the nutrition info. Most of the things are already in there where they track everything. Okay, so that looks fairly accurate. I can go back and check my bag if I'd like to, but I'm just going to go ahead. And if you have one full scoop, remember, we don't want the gas and the toots like everybody is having. I actually do half a serving, so 0.5 servings, and I'm going to add that to my AM shake. Okay, so half a serving of one scoop. Okay, some of you, if you do a quarter scoop, you just put 0.25. Okay, and I'm going to add that food to my diary. It's going to go right down here, and then I know it's going to have the calories. Okay, very low calorie. It's going to have my carbohydrates, and we know the majority of those are fibrous carbohydrates, which is exactly what we want out of that, and it's going to list that. Okay, you can also put digestive enzyme, or just digestion plus. Sorry. A little tired today. Let's go with this digestion plus. One tube, one serving. Nutrition facts, calories. Yep, that looks good. Good enough. Just so I know. And even if it's not complete, guys, like if it doesn't have all the vitamins and minerals and stuff like that, that's totally fine. We're going to still be able to make sure that we're tracking, okay? So going through this, I'm going to have a great idea of what I'm intaking, okay? So as I go through my day, I know my caloric loads, I know my goals for these things, so I'm checking all these off as I go. Now, like I said in the previous video, don't try adjusting and things like that just yet. It's just a great idea to track what you're doing, because then once you understand it and you get used to those things, then you can start to adjust. If we can see at the end of the day down in our totals that we wind up having an overall abundance in one macronutrient over the other, those are the kind of things that we can adjust accordingly to get further success down the line. Like we said, our program is 30 days to healthy living and beyond. So we're really using this as an educational process to help you guys in the long-term sustainability of health and wellness. Okay, so you can go ahead, play around with those, save that, and then you can go back to your home database. You'll see as I did that, it's going to adjust my daily calories. Again, I have a fairly good amount of calories because of my body and how active I am through my career. So don't be surprised if your caloric intake is much lower than that. But again, if you guys want to check that out, you can make a profile. You'll have all your friends, all these different people that I keep track of and look at every day. And then you can add me, Coach Johnny D. Okay, so MyFitnessPal / Coach Johnny D, all one word. If you want to be buddies with me, we'll go from there. All right, guys. I hope that helps. Check it out, play around with that, and remember, even if you're doing it wrong at first, you're still putting the effort through, and you're going to get it eventually, and it's a great step in the right direction. So happy Sunday, good luck with your cleanse day, and I can't wait to keep helping you guys out through these 30 days. All right, bye.